Okay, so to begin making my hot air balloon picture, I want to think about how I'm going to be laying out my page. Do I want to have my paper the tall way with a really big balloon? Do I want to have it horizontally with maybe a little bit smaller so I can show a little bit more of what my hot air balloon is going over? I think that's what I would like to do. Now you may want to do this first part in pencil. I'm going to be using a Sharpie so that you can see it. But I'm going to start with sort of like a big circle kind of a shape. I'm going to make the ends come down a little bit narrower and connect to make the edge of the balloon. I'm going to make two lines down, and then I'm going to make the basket, which can really be just a square or a rounded square. I'm going to make some lines on my basket. To show people inside of my basket, I don't have to show their whole body because their legs are down inside the basket. So all that's really showing are the top part of their body. I'm going to make some arms. And I'm going to make maybe another person kind of looking over. Some arms down like that. You can really make it however you like. Then I want to think about the pattern in my balloon. Definitely want to divide it into a few sections. If I make those lines kind of curved like that with the edges of the balloon, it helps it look kind of 3D. And then I want to really think about what types of patterns I'd like to add. When you start adding the patterns, you could be using Sharpie right away. Just keep in mind that it does not erase, so if you mess up, you've got to just make it into something else. I'm going to make some different designs in each section of my balloon. You can really do this however you like, but it's a good way to practice all of your different line patterns. Then I want to think about, what is my balloon flying over? Is it flying over some hills? Is it flying over the ocean? You can make your balloon go anywhere. Would you like to fly over the jungle or the desert? Maybe you want to fly over several different areas. It's really up to you. So you can design your background however you like. I'm thinking I'm going to make a little bit of water over here, some hills down below. I might make some fields over on this side. My balloon is just sort of taking off. Remember, when things are far away from us, they look little. So those people way down on the ground are going to look tiny compared to the people up in my balloon, which is closer to me. I'm going to make a little house with maybe a lighthouse and possibly a little sailboat on my water. You can design anything you like. You might be going over a building or a town or your own house. After you've drawn all of your basic lines in Sharpie, you're going to start with some crayons and add some details. You can color all the way in, or you can add just some different patterns here and there. One option is to add some paint to this. If you choose to do that, then it's important to remember to press pretty hard with your crayons. You may choose just to add crayons in your whole background. The most important thing to remember is all of those hot air balloons we looked at in the pictures, how bright and colorful they were. So we want to really make this be a bright and colorful drawing. I'd like to see you use your best craftsmanship and color in thoroughly and fill up your page. Then when you're ready, we're going to be using the temper cakes today. And to use those, remember, you need to add some water, swish it around and around and around on the color that you would like to use, and then you can start coloring in. Now, maybe you want to paint in a whole area, maybe you want to paint in just details. Thinking I might paint right over this. Now my crayon should show up some. If this is a little too dark and you want some of your crayon to show up, you can always take a paper towel and dab it a little bit, and that will help the crayon show through a little bit more. I'm going to try a little bit of blue down here in my water. If you choose to just use crayons to fill in your background, you should thoroughly fill it in. Color in the whole ground and the sky around. Think about using colors that contrast or show up nicely. If I'm doing this blue sky, I don't really want to have a blue balloon, or it might blend right in. You're going to fill up your whole area. You can see where I added those white clouds. I pressed pretty hard with my crayon. They're showing up, and here is my finished painting. Have fun!